Prime Minister Narendra Modi is all set to visit Namibia after concluding his visit to Brazil on the 9th of July. That will be a landmark moment in India's Africa outreach. This is the third ever prime ministerial visit taking place after a gap of 27 years. The High Commissioner of India to Namibia, Rahul Srivastava, spoke exclusively to DD India about the depth of India-Namibia ties, from developmental cooperation to trade and great opportunities in mining of critical minerals and diamonds. Take a look at this.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi is all set to embark on his first ever visit to Namibia, a historic moment when it comes to India-Namibia relationship. From critical minerals to clean energy to people ties, this visit is expected to open new chapters in a relationship marked by trust and shared democratic values. Now, to know more on this, I've been joined by India's ambassador to Namibia, Mr. Rahul Srivastava. Ambassador, thank you for joining in on the conversation. First ever visit by Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Namibia and third ever prime ministerial visit after a gap of 27 years. How significant is this according to you?
Very significant because, as you rightly said, the visit comes after 27 years. That long a gap, although Namibia got independence in 1990 and we have had 2 visits before that, but the gap is very long. It also comes at a time when the new president of Namibia has taken over. She is the first female president of Namibia, and then the founding father of Namibia, Dr. Sam Nujoma, a great friend of India, he passed away this year. So the Prime Minister, when he comes, he'll pay homage to Dr. Sam Nujoma also. Plus, we have a range of issues on which we will discuss, whether it is political relations, economic, trade, investment, areas like critical minerals or heavy rare earths or uranium, capacity building. So there's a lot to talk. So this visit will provide an impetus to take our relations, which are already very good, to a greater level, because we would be talking also about strategic areas like critical minerals and defense.
Definitely, you said that right. The relationship, in fact, is decades old, and this visit is certainly expected to give an impetus to already robust relationship between both the countries. Ambassador, why do you think Namibia is an important partner for India?
Our relations go back to years even before our independence. In 1946, we were one of the first supporters of Namibia's independence, and thereafter we have stood hand in hand with Namibia for the fight against colonialism. So we are partners even before Namibia got independence. And Namibia is important because it is part of the global south. It is an African country, and Prime Minister Modi lays a lot of emphasis, and he's a strong supporter of global south and Namibia.
Ambassador, you just talked about India raising concerns about Namibia's independence, and that was in the year 1946, even before India got its independence. Speaks volumes about the fact that how India is supporting the South-South cooperation and also raising concerns of the global South. So apart from the fact that India raised concerns regarding Namibia's independence, India has also helped Namibia on various occasions when it comes to cooperation, when it comes to giving aid. What is your reaction on that?
Yes, we are time-tested partners that way, because starting from 1946, when the world didn't know what is happening in Namibia, we took up the cause of Namibia in the United Nations. And even before Namibia got independence, we supported SWAPO. Their first embassy was opened in India before they got independence. And that political good relations that started before Namibia's independence, they continued even after that. So the political relations that laid the foundation of our relationship when Namibia got independence have developed into good economic relations, trade and commercial relations, cultural cooperation, capacity building, and also good people-to-people contacts. Because before Namibia got independence, there was not one Indian in Namibia, and now we have close to 400, and they are contributing significantly to the economy.
Definitely. We'll talk about how the diaspora is bridging the gap between both the nations and how They are contributing to the economy little later. But as of now, Namibia, we all know that is rich in critical minerals, rare earths, copper, cobalt, graphite, tantalum, lithium, uranium, and all these things are of India's interest. What do you think when it comes to cooperation between both the countries? How Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit, will it give an impetus to cooperation in rare earths and critical minerals as well?
Yes, these are important areas that would be discussed during Prime Minister's meeting. Critical minerals is one of them, because we do have a joint working group on minerals and geology that most likely will meet after the Prime Minister's visit. So hopefully in the next couple of years we should see some of our big PSUs, and they have shown a lot of interest. After the visit they should be able to have some investment in Namibia, and the advantage of these companies is that they do value addition, do beneficiation in Namibia, generate local employment. And here, although not very much related to the topic, we have just a few companies in Namibia, but they generate close to 5,000 employment. 5,000 people are locally employed, just a few companies. So just imagine when we have a couple of PSUs investing in these areas that you have mentioned, the kind of local employment that we can generate, because Namibia right now is having this difficulty of high unemployment rate. On uranium also, with the Prime Minister's visit, I hope that Namibia would be able to export uranium to India, because although we have an agreement with them on civil nuclear cooperation, there are some concerns that Namibia has, which should not be the roadblocks, because we have a clear waiver from NSG on supply of uranium. So that's one area I'm sure that the Prime Minister's visit will open gateways to that also.
Definitely. Ambassador, India is leading the way when it comes to digital payments, when it comes to UPI. And this is happening for the first time that the NPCI is having an agreement or collaboration with the Central Bank of Namibia for United Payments interoperability. What do you think about that? Because Namibia will be having a UPI-like payment structure, and it is expected to roll out in the month of September. I think the technological agreement here has been done, but with Prime Minister's visit, it will be taken forward. What is the take on that? How it will be taken forward?
Yes, so the agreement is there, but when it will start is something that both India and Namibia are working at. NIPL was indeed the first agreement that they signed with any country was with Namibia, so that way it's quite significant. And once this happens, like it has happened in India, there will be a revolution happening in Namibia, because like UPI has done in case of India, you will have financial inclusivity, you will have a comprehensive digital payment infrastructure, and you'll have financial transparency plus ease of business. You can transfer money faster, and more importantly, because we have one of the India stacks now in Namibia, that will also open roads for other experiences from India to come to Namibia, maybe RuPay or ease of transfer of money to India.
Well, we also expect that to happen really soon, Ambassador.
I hope so, because this is the beginning, and I'm sure once you have the beginning, then other things continue.
What are the areas of multilateral cooperation between both the countries?
Namibia has always supported India's candidature to multilateral forum, and similarly we do support them also, because as countries of the global south we have same kind of thinking, and so that has always been there. But apart from that, Namibia has become the member of International Solar Alliance. They are on the way of finalizing membership of Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure, CDRI, and there are two more. One is very much relevant to Namibia, on which also they have advanced a lot, and hopefully with the Prime Minister's visit they will become members soon of the International Big Cat Alliance, because we got cheetahs from Namibia, so it can't happen that Namibia is not a member of that. And finally the Global Biofuels Alliance. So on that also we have invited Namibia to become a member of that. I hope they will become members soon.
Ambassador, there's an area which is very less touched, and it's sports. It unites people, we all know. It gathers people, it unites them, it creates a sense of brotherhood. It creates a spirit, zeal and grit. Can we expect anything in that area as well in terms of sport?
Sports, yes. The greatest connecting area is cricket between India and Namibia.
Yeah.
And a week ago, we also had a team from Assam which was playing against the national team here. Namibia will be co-hosting the 2027 World Cup cricket. So that's one connect we have. And some of the youth from Namibia, they have undergone training in cricket in India. So that's the greatest connection that we have with Namibia.
And of course, the cultural connect as well.
Yes, cultural connect, whether it's yoga, whether it's films. If you have come today, but if you watch the television here, you'll see a couple of channels from India which show programs here.
Well, Ambassador, we've seen the billboards of different sports program that was there at the airport as well and while coming here as well. So, it certainly goes on to show that how Namibia is promoting sport, and there's a collaboration, there's a possibility of collaboration between both the countries in this particular area in sport, and cultural connect is something which is pivotal when it comes to taking this partnership to next level. Do you want to say something on that?
Yes, culture is important. Sports also you have mentioned, because these are the areas which bring in people-to-people ties. Because unless there is exchange of youth and people, you don't really get to know each other's country very well.
Yeah.
So these are areas which help.
Definitely. One very important thing here, as far as Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit is concerned, is the talk on hydrocarbons. Because few days back in the presser of Ministry of External Affairs, it was said that few years back some offshore oil reserves were found in Namibia, and India will definitely be having a brief conversation or a brief discussion when it comes to partnering in hydrocarbons. How do you see that?
Yes, hydrocarbons, we have some stakes here, but they are very small, acquired some years ago. But the big discoveries that have come in the last 3 years. So we are interested, yes. When the Joint Commission meeting took place in 2023, when our External Affairs Minister had come, we had oil companies which had come here. So there is interest. Similarly, Namibia also wants to develop an oil refinery. They want to enhance infrastructure at the ports to be able to export hydrocarbons. These are also some areas that we are looking at, because in about 5 years from now, Namibia might be one of the 10th largest producers of, at least going by the reserves that they have. So they have significant reserves here. Mineral oil is also a great, I think the largest import from India. So we have experience. Surely our companies would want to expand their operations here.
As far as the infrastructure for the same is concerned, Ambassador, what do you have to say on that? Because you require an infrastructure to take out the offshore oil reserves. Does Namibia have that sort of infrastructure as of now?
No, as of now, no. But they are planning to build that. So we have experience in both upstream, downstream. So surely we would like to participate.
We were just talking about hydrocarbons, Ambassador. This is at a time when the world is moving towards clean energy, green energy, renewable energy. India also is leading the way in the same. Can we expect a collaboration in terms of clean energy, green energy, renewable energy?
It's already happening, because we have some presence here in terms of solar energy. We have companies which are doing that. Renewable energy, yes, as I said, we have invited Namibia to become a member of Global Biofuels Alliance. So that's another area. Capacity building we are already doing for renewable energy. We have experts who go to India to get training on that. And in Namibia you have sunshine throughout the year. So solar energy has a lot of prospects.
Definitely. Ambassador, as far as defense ties are concerned between both the countries, they are flourishing with each passing year, with each passing day, should I say. Naval ships from India, they keep having a goodwill visits to the Namibian ports, and personnel from Indian Army and Indian Air Force are also deployed here to train defense personnel of Namibia. So how are the defense ties as of now, and how are they likely to be in the future?
Yes, defense relations are good, but there is scope for improving that. Yeah. And Prime Minister's visit will surely facilitate that, because Namibia right now is looking for import of defense equipment from India. They are especially interested in UAVs, then light helicopters, maritime equipment for training. So they would like to buy these items from India.
Namibia also has 2 Chetak and 2 Cheetah helicopters by India?
Yes, and we have 4 officials from the Indian Air Force who provide training to Namibians.
What do you have to say as far as the educational ties are concerned between both the countries? Are we expecting more collaborations when it comes to universities between both the countries?
Yes, that's one area I find whenever I go to some university in Namibia, the larger universities, they usually have some tie-ups with some Indian universities. So that is happening with or without help by the embassy, by the High Commission. That's happening. But education, we have set up the India-Namibia Center for IT in the biggest university, in the second biggest university, but the biggest technological university in Namibia. And that's the only place which has got Param supercomputers, I think, in the whole of Africa. In the north, similarly, in the University of Namibia campus, we have what is called the India Wing that houses several engineering departments in that India Wing. Education, similarly, we provide scholarships by ICCR to Namibian students every year. In addition, we have about 200 slots of iTech, both civil and defense, for government officials from Namibia in India. And finally, in education, the number is increasing. Several students also go on privately sponsored to India to go and study in universities.
Diaspora play a pivotal role when it comes to, I was earlier also saying, when it comes to bridging the gap between both the countries, number one. Number two, they also contribute to the country's economy. And as Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi addresses them as Rashtraduts, Ambassador of India, when you meet them here, what do they say?
Yes, I would say in Namibia, the diaspora is real Rashtradut because we are a small High Commission, but whenever we have functions, every time they are there, whether it is some bazaar that we are doing outside, some cultural program that we are doing, they support us all the time. The diaspora is small but very active. But the diaspora has also played a good role in the economic development of Namibia because there are just a handful of Indian companies here and they employ close to 5,000 people. So as I said, they generate local employment and they have integrated very well within the society of Namibia. So they are real Rashtraduts for us.
Definitely. So the number is increasing with each passing year?
Yes, it is increasing. Sometimes it varies depending on how many people we have in the diamond processing industries. Now I think the diamond market is a bit down, so there might be less number of people. But when it picks up, we'll have more. And as I said, when we have all these PSUs coming, the numbers will increase. The numbers are slowly and steadily increasing.
Okay. Ambassador, you just talked about diamond processing and also PSUs. I want to ask you that there are many companies who have invested here and who in fact are investing in Namibia. They are seeing a potential in Namibia when it comes to diamonds. How's that picture looks like as of now?
Most of the biggest diamond processing companies are owned by Indians and they are doing well, except for the fact that yes, all markets go up and down. So right now the diamond market is not really very up. So, but the companies are here. The biggest site holders, largest number of site holders are by Indian companies. They generate local employment and they also train local people. They send at their own expense to India to get training. So they are doing well. And Namibia is the place to do diamond processing.
How do you see the future of India-Namibia relations?
We started on a very good note, meaning India-Namibia relations. And the good fact about India-Namibia relations is that we don't have any problem areas. We have the same kind of challenges, and we, as I said, we have a lot that we can offer to Namibia in terms of finding solutions for these challenges. So the future is good, and because we have these new areas that we have thought of collaborating in, whether it's critical minerals or uranium, capacity building, Namibia has also requested our assistance in agriculture and pharma. So the future looks bright.
All right. Thank you so much, Ambassador, for this wonderful conversation. That was India's ambassador to Namibia, who said that there's a lot of potential when it comes to different areas. And the future when it comes to the ties between India and Namibia looks bright. Thank you so much.
Okay, goodbye. That's it in this edition.